Well, hello, my fellow YouTube viewers and other Americans. This is your stimulus check and stimulus package update as of June 29th, 2020. Well, to get started off, as everyone knows, Congress is planning to take a vacation on July 2nd to July 20th. Well, July 19th. They'll be back in office on July 20th. And in that time, most Americans are going to be struggling because within about 31 days after they get back into office, the CARES Act is going to expire, and all those eviction notices and stuff like that are also going to expire with it. If you guys out there think that people getting help from the government is more important than the Congress taking a vacation, please hit that like button down below to let the people know that you support getting the stimulus checks over the Congress taking a paid vacation. Well, let's see here. I've also done some checking. The people on SSDI and the SSI are also eligible for $600 of COVID relief money per week if you're on SSDI or SSI. And the House Representatives just passed a second round of stimulus bills. Let's see here. Second round of stimulus bills that even up the amount to $6,000 and a second round of stimulus money for families back in May. Mitch McConnell says it wouldn't pass the Senate, and if it did, the president couldn't sign the bill. Well, how does Majority Leader House Representative Mitch McConnell, Republican, know the president couldn't sign that bill if it passed? Because most likely chances are he can sign that bill into law and make it happen whether Mitch McConnell likes it or not. And recently, President Trump said that he wants to see a second round stimulus package out there at an amount of about $2 trillion. Well, as news evolves, that stimulus package is going from $2 trillion to $2.5 trillion. And that's a lot of money. But let's see how much of it actually goes towards the people, and then the rest of it goes towards the infrastructure. Only time will tell for that one. And we're going to talk about a few other things here. We're going to talk about the unemployment rate, because on July 2nd, of next month, that's when the jobs report comes out that tells the Congress whether the unemployment rate has risen or whether it has dropped. If it has dropped, it means that we most likely will not get a second stimulus check. If it goes up, there's a good chance we will get a second stimulus check. But here, let's look at those numbers and you tell me what you think. And did I mention, yes, Congress needs to take another vacation. Isn't that funny? They're gonna take a 2-week vacation from the 3rd to the 19th of July, paid by the people. Isn't that nice of us? We're paying for them to go on vacation. They're the only people that take 1/3 of the year off and get paid for it, and that's not right, because the people pay them to do a job and they're not doing their job. That's not right. If you agree with me on that topic, please place a comment in the comment bar below, and like as well, in case you think getting stimulus money is more important than the Congress taking a vacation. Because I like my own videos, because I actually think that it is more important that the people get financial help from our government that we've paid into for years, compared to them taking a vacation and making us wait. It's funny how the Congress takes more time off than any other person on this planet. I mean, I work, and every year I get 2 weeks paid vacation. That's it. If I take any more time from that, it either comes out of my sick leave, or I don't get paid for it. And yet the Congress can take off 1/3 of the year and get paid for it. I think it's time we have a political reform and let the Congress know that, you know what? You only get 2 weeks off a year. We don't care how hard you work. There's construction workers out there that work 10 times harder than them and still only take 2 weeks off for paid vacation. So basically, if you're part of Congress, you only get 2 week paid vacation. You don't get 1/3 a year off and get it paid for. That's not right. And like I said, a good date to remember is July 2nd. That's when the jobs report comes out. That will tell us when and how high or how low the unemployment rate has gotten. Like I said, if the unemployment rate rises, most likely chances we'll get a stimulus check. If it decreases, most likely chances are we will not, because Congress will see the decrease and say, oh, well, the economy is doing better, so we're not going to give you one. So all those people out there that are going to actually struggle out there past July 31st are going to be struggling even harder. That's also when the unemployment benefits, the PUA, the protection, what is it called? I would call it the People's Unemployment Act, but that's not what it's called. I think it's the Protection Unemployment Act or something like that. That gives Americans $600 additional a week, also expires. And could you imagine how bad it's going to be when the PUA expires and all that $600 goes away and no one else is collecting it? Because let's put it this way, I mean, right now we have 20 million people on unemployment. And economists say that if the PAU expires, we're going to have an additional 5 million more people unemployed just because of that, because the job market's going to be so strict and so hard to look for employees that fit in their price range. And I got a story about that too, because I was reading about how some lady is collecting $5,000 a month on unemployment, and she says all she has is a $200 car payment, car insurance, and $1,600 worth of rent. And she's thinking about playing the system, and asked from what I've read, if she should actually go out there and get a job, or even go out there and apply for jobs to get a job. Well, if I'm going to answer her question, since she's not here and I've read it off of an article, yes, she should go out there and find a job, because the longer she stays unemployed, the more her skills deteriorates. So her $22 an hour job can go to a person that's saying, I'll take it for $17 an hour. This way the company doesn't have to look for cutbacks and fire people. This way they can hire this person at $5 less than she was getting. So if you're out there and you're on unemployment and you're thinking about getting a job, do it, because it will help you out. Because if the PUA expires, wow. But if the PUA expires and they don't have a new stimulus package in place for it, your skills are going to be needed before it expires. So get a job, even if you make more than unemployment than you would having a job. Better be safe than sorry. Let's see here. I covered about most of that. Well, besides the fact that they got from July 20th to August 7th to pass a second stimulus package. And I only say that because on July 7th, for 4 weeks, they're taking yet another paid vacation. Aren't we so generous to our Congress people? We're paying for them to take so many vacations, so much time off, and yet they're not taking into consideration us and how bad we are suffering. I mean, as I've keep saying in most of my reports, I am an essential employee, so I basically got screwed by the government and told to work, because I work in the automotive industry where I deal with a lot of car parts. wow, that's really important. Like our cop cars, our fire department, our military, everything like that really depends on car parts that are like brake pads and hose clamps and shit like that. And stuff like that. The stuff we deal with is so minor that they can go to any automotive store and get it. And most likely they have a surplus of it anyways. I mean, like I said, where I work at, we package, we repackage, relabel, and send back out car parts to a specific specific company. I will not say who it is, but all they deal with so far I've seen is a lot of hose clamps. A lot of hose clamps, plus those plastic battery boxes, brake pads, and other useless crap like those little weather flaps on the top of the semi truck exhaust pipes that pop up when the exhaust comes out, then closes when it comes back down. It's ridiculous. But like I said, as earlier in the video, I showed you the unemployment thing. And what's really funny is I see a comment out there saying that, is Canada's $2,000 stimulus check more generous than America's $1,200 stimulus check? Well, if you break it down and do the currency exchange, 2,000 Canadian dollars equals $1,486 in American. So is Canada's stimulus package more generous than ours? I would say yes, it is. That tells you how much our Congress, as well as our president-elect, likes his people. And most likely chances are, if we do get a second stimulus check passed, where we get a second stimulus check, we won't see it until late July, maybe early August, at best. And that's just a guess. And the only reason why that is because the president-elect said that he's coming up with a second stimulus package and it's going to be generous and it's going to be soon. And that was like, I think a week or two ago. And usually we wouldn't take him at his word because we know Trump's full of hot air. But since it's coming close to the end of his term as president, he's trying to buy us, basically. Oh yeah, well, here's some money. Vote for me. Keep me in office. And the same thing goes for the Senate. They want us to keep them in office, so they're mostly going to try to pass a stimulus bill that's going to buy, or at least attempt to buy, our votes for them. And whether we get a stimulus check or not, I do not suggest that we let them buy our votes. We're independent, and we need people that are going to represent us, especially in time of crisis when we need it. Well, this is your stimulus check and stimulus package update as of June 29th, 2020. You guys have a magnificent Monday and stay COVID free. Bye.